Oh, those? Yeah, maybe.
Hello, I'm Miriam, co-founder and COO of Keto Chow.
I'm Chris, also co-founder, president, and the technical guy who we're trying out these microphones here at home today.
Because they're ugly here, too.
Yeah. Anyway, if you're brand new to Keto Chow, it's a nutritionally complete meal designed to make doing keto easy. We also have some electrolyte supplements that are amazing for everyday use and for keeping the dreaded keto flu away.
Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the little bell icon for daily updates on all our Keto Chow happenings. These live streams help us be accountable and stay on track. Thanks so much for joining us on our journey.
Yeah. How's it going, Ruth? Oh, okay. You go ahead, girl.
Looks like a little bit towards me. Thanks. It bugs me when we're not centered in the frame. I know it doesn't bug you, but it bugs
if we could just move the camera.
Well, I don't know. I just go to the easiest way.
Let's see. So Linda's on. So is Debbie and Confident Fit Mom and Irene. Glenda says good morning. Danita says good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Did you guys sleep well last night?
I mostly
slept
did.
Okay.
Deidre says aloha from Kona, Hawaii.
Ooh. Are you on vacation or do you live there?
Cool.
I want to go there.
Okay. Older Pennsylvania says good morning, loves. He says supercalifragilistic. Yeah.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
I can only say that word if I'm singing the song. Lynette says good morning from FitCon. Yes.
Hey.
We actually went and visited them last
And it was super hot.
It was.
Super sweaty. Hot.
Super sweaty hot.
But we had fun, and we got to see some of our keto friends, Keto Cakes of Utah, and the Keto Cookie, and Nush.
That was pretty much it. At that point, we needed to take off. You went and saw Bolero, right?
I just waved.
Oh, okay. Well, Holly and Lynette went and talked to them. Apparently, they took the maltodextrin now.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's super awesome.
So awesome.
Marilyn says, good morning. First time here. Well, welcome. Do you like my haircut? Miriam just did it.
Yeah. Do you like the stuff on the counter over there?
Over there.
My son is going to scout camp.
And not scout camp, but youth camp.
He's going to camp.
He's going to camp.
He's going to sleepaway camp.
Yep, with bicycles in Moab, Utah.
Yeah.
Deb says morning keto showers. Hope everyone is doing great. Happy Saturday. Red White says I'm not first, but I made it today. Good.
Yeah.
Sean is on, so is Easy Zells. Irene said I enjoyed a chocolate peanut butter pudding with added peanut butter powder for breakfast.
Yummy.
Extra yummy. Debbie says good morning from the warm and sunny Jersey Shore.
Yay.
Marilyn's on from Chicago. Shauna said hi, Ruth.
Speaking of Ruth, I have a new accountability buddy for working out because she did track this year and she discovers that she likes lifting. So we are going to lift together. So today, if she can help me, if she can't, I don't care. I'm going to work on cleaning out a room so that I can make a new workout space because we have a ton of equipment. We just haven't been utilizing it here or at Keto Chow. So.
Yep. Becky says, morning, how are things going at FitCon? Lots of new customers. I don't know, when we were there wasn't a lot going on.
Yeah, but it had just started too. Mm-hmm. So all I know was there was sweating going on. It was hot.
We had to bring the cash box to them.
Yeah.
Let's see. Anna says hello from Hayburn, Idaho. Alan says there's a second live. Okay. Carlos says good morning. Blue Dove says happy Saturday, everyone. Sojourn says hello, Keto Chow peeps. Happy Saturday. I'm making up some Keto Chow shakes right now. I love the orange sickle for making ice cream. Yeah. It's a really good. Also,
it's a good ice cream.
It is a good ice cream. So is root beer and banana. I think those are some of my favorites.
So are root beer and banana.
Yes. Root beer is a good flavor. Banana is a good flavor. Laura says, hey, made it. Might have to pop off early. I need to do the grocery pickup.
Hey, groceries are good to have. Are you guys doing meal planning today? Do you do meal planning on Sunday? I think I'm going to meal plan the whole month today, too, if not tomorrow.
Okay. Kim says, love the recipe box. Speaking of meal planning. Jennifer says, good morning. Let's see. Linda says, it's raining down here. Can you please send some of that our way?
Yeah, let's get some rain.
Yeah.
It's so hot.
Deidre says, born and raised in Hawaii. Please come visit me. Okay.
I will.
There you go.
I'll come see you.
John says, it's vacation day. Fly out in a few hours, and my eye is clearing up. Nice. That one couple hairs that are.
I know. sorry.
Sean, let's see. Floyd says, "Wow, Chris, sharp haircut." Mike says, "Good morning." Leanne is on. Says, "Good morning." It's already 90 degrees in Vegas. I'm not sure what it is here,
man.
but it's not 90 yet. But it's on its
It
way.
will
to,
be.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like 100, or at least 99.
Well, it says FitCon is still hot, and Steve says Holly is hot. Get a room, guys. Let's see. Holly says, "Good morning." It's already hot at FitCon. Yep. Julie says, "Good morning" as well. TC's Life says, "Good morning" as also. Carol says, "Hello, Chris and Miriam and all my Keto Chow family. It's going to be really hot here in the Grand Valley today.
Wow.
It's this. There's that high pressure zone that's set into the southwestern United States, and it's just nuts."
Yeah, I should have watered my garden before now because it's gonna be hot by the time I go out.
Yep. Well, let's see. Suzanne says, "Hoping my June Chow box finally arrives today." Boy, I hope so too. Yeah.
She's in Utah.
Is she?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is
They
that
went
the?
on a trip.
That's the one that accidentally went to Afghanistan.
I don't think so.
Oh,
I
but there
think it did go somewhere though.
there was one that the country. Okay, so it turns out if you go into the checkout for a subscription, and then you go back, and then you come back to the checkout for a subscription, it defaults to the first country in the selection box, which is
Oh,
Afghanistan.
that's bad.
Yeah, so if you hadn't typed anything in, then it's in there, and yeah,
It should always default to United States.
it should always default to nothing.
Should always default to nothing.
Yep. Let's see. Melody says going to have strawberry keto chow with a few frozen strawberries.
Oh, that's great.
They're
Speaking of
organic
which, strawberries, the flavor of the week, it's the Go Packs.
Yes, it is.
So there's only another day. You can order it today and Sunday, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yes, indeed. Dennis says, "Good morning, Bears. My 90-year-old father had and enjoyed keto chow chaffles made of chocolate peanut butter. First time. Won't be the last." Well, that's awesome. Suzanne
Thanks
says,
for
"Happy
sharing.
Saturday." Rhonda says, "Love the haircut, Chris. Good job, Miriam."
Thank you.
Oh, Shauna says, "Miriam, I messaged you a pic for alternate recipe box holder. I saw that you were putting my 5x7 in there. That was pretty funny." Denise says, "I'm thinking of doing a recipe box challenge where I make a new keto chow recipe every day." Wow, that'd be awesome.
Or every week would be fine too, right? That'd be fun.
Yeah. Debbie says, "I made chocolate mint for the first time. 1 packet made with 2 packets of chocolate, butter, and gelatin. We'll see how it goes, as I'm not really a big fan of the mint." Wow. And it says, "You can sure have it. We have way too much." Yeah. I keep telling people they need to fax us some of the rain. But
yeah. Fax? That's not a thing anymore.
It's totally a thing.
Just text it over.
Linda says, "Oh, no, that's..." Laura says, "I used to do meal planning on Sunday, and I will this week a little. I'm smoking a big pork shoulder, and I have a chuck roast all day for tomorrow." Awesome. That's great. Stephanie says, "Good morning." Lindsay says, "Good morning." Mocha this morning. Julie says Flobies are still out of stock. She didn't use the Flobie. Didn't even use a comb to cut the top. You were just like,
I don't usually use a comb.
Okay. Let's see. TC's Life says it's 87 in Iowa, and I'm not leaving the house. I actually turned down the temperature. There is a hot tub outside, and it was set to 104 because the kids messed around with it. Now it's set to like 92.
Yeah. So now it's a swimming pool.
Now it's a swimming pool
instead of a hot
tub. Let's see. Julie says Debbie chocolate mint is very good. I'm also not a big fan of mint. Sojourn says, "When I use almond milk, when I make a shake for ice cream, do I need to heat up the almond milk like I heat water for the other shakes?"
For the ice cream? Well, if you're going to use butter.
So the only reason we recommend moderately warm water for mixing is that it just makes it mix a lot easier. If you happen to have gotten one of the batches that didn't have lecithin on the protein powder, and you can tell because it's this really fine powder.
It's like cornstarch.
Yeah, it's like super fine powder. It
moves like cornstarch.
Whereas the stuff that's lecithinated kind of clumps together a bit. It's a lot cleaner. So if you have one of the ones that doesn't have lecithination, you definitely need to use warm water or stuff to mix it up, or else it just doesn't mix very well. Otherwise, you can just use cold water and it's fine. You do whatever works best for you. There's no requirement that you heat it up a certain way. It isn't going to change the nutrition. It's just going to make it mix better or worse. And you'll be able to tell if it's mixing better or worse. And you'll go, oh, okay. Then you throw it in the microwave and heat it up, and then it's fine. Elder Pennsylvania says, I love my new measuring cup and measuring spoons and drinking tumbler.
Nice.
And the tattoo. Chris, your photos on the fridge with the other people I pray for.
Aww.
Did Mother's Day get a photo of Miriam?
No.
There wasn't?
I thought that was funny.
You are further back and you're tiny now.
The father's, yeah, but it's comfortable. You can scoot back.
And then my face would be tiny.
Well, there's nowhere to put my legs.
Okay.
There. Now you're tiny.
Almost.
But this camera is okay because I don't go out of focus if we're not in the same place.
Yes, it has a much smaller
I look skinnier from back here.
Light goes through. He says, I'm so sad I did not have any Keto Chow shakes made in advance. Those Texan scorpion bites were insanely spicy. Made me tear up and my nose run. A shake would have helped me soothe my mouth. That's why they make sour cream, buddy. Suzanne says, yeah, it was mine that went to Afghanistan.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Jennifer says, made orange cream with heavy whipping cream and orange Zevia soda last night for supper.
Oh, that sounds
Tasted
good.
so much like dreamsicles.
I want that.
Blaine says, hey, Bears, good to see you. Found my autographed photos in my Father's Day bundles. Too bad Miriam isn't in there, too. No, but Blaine, I did send you a picture of Miriam yesterday with cheesy bacon that we got at Texas Roadhouse last night. Yeah. So the manager at our local Texas Roadhouse.
He's the owner.
Yeah. He said, okay, so if you want bacon covered in cheese for an appetizer, I don't know if this will work for other Texas Roadhouses.
It just works for ours.
It works for ours exceptionally well. We say, this is what Nick told us to tell you. We want to get cheesy fries without the fries, with strips of bacon instead.
They actually, I think, put bacon on the fries anyway.
Well, they put crumbles of bacon.
Okay.
The cut up bacon. To get slices of bacon, they just have to not cut them up. And so the last 3 times we've asked for it, they've nailed it. So it was awesome.
Yeah, it does help if you bring a bag of Keto Chow to give to them.
We did bring a bag of Keto Chow as well. Julie says, Chris, you should have autographed your picture. I did. I actually burned up 2 silver markers, and I have 3 more on their way for Monday.
Yep, and we had a little delay yesterday, so if you did order your Father's Day bundle yesterday and it didn't ship, there's a reason.
Yeah.
We just didn't get the photos in time.
Yep.
But it'll be first thing on Monday.
Yep.
So, sorry.
But yeah, I did autograph them. John says, yeah, it fits perfectly. Meg says, I'm on day 6 of 3 shakes a day, and today I'm trying Fruit Loops blend. Can't wait.
Nice.
Carol says, my brother's starter bundle was delivered in Albuquerque. I plan to call him today and check in. Blaine says, I broke down and had a banana split today. Equal parts banana, strawberry, and chocolate Keto Chow.
Oh, that's a good idea.
That is an interesting
That's also
mix there.
Well, that wouldn't be Neapolitan. Neapolitan would be vanilla.
Apparently, the southwestern United States got all of the heat that was supposed to be in Florida, because Joe says it's only 86 here.
That's probably 86 here. What?
Well, I don't know. I think it's almost 90 now.
Yeah.
Shauna says, I got on the scale so I could see how I do on vacation, and I'm down 3.5 pounds from May 27th. 9 days. Yes. Lisa is on, and Sojourn says, okay, thanks. Julie says, I guess I couldn't see it. Are you talking about the signature? It's silver.
Yeah, it's on the shirt. It's possible
I'm signing my right shoulder. I doubt that I missed one. I don't know. He says we had our new flooring delivered yesterday, and they told us to leave the AC set to 73 so the parts can acclimate to the house.
Oh yeah.
They need to sit for 6 or 7 days before they can be installed.
We had to do the same thing.
Yeah, we had a pile of flooring in our front room. Luckily that there was a nice big open space.
It's so pretty.
Let's see. Julie says, sounds like a cop-out. No, for realsies, it needs to acclimate. And there are times where... Because
the wood will expand and contract, and you want it to get used to your house. Because if they lay it in and then it expands, it could be problematic, or if it contracts, then you have this big space between the wall and the floor, and you're like, what the crap? You guys did a bad job. Oh, yeah, you're right, because we didn't let it acclimate.
Lisa says I ordered myself a Father's Day package. I can't wait to get it. That's awesome. Let's see. Danita and Sean are saying hi to each other. Becky says our forecast for the next 10 days are mid 60s with several days of rain here in the Washington State.
Wow,
That's
we
why
should
it's
go
green
there.
here. Hashtag rain.
Yeah, that's why we're in the desert. Hashtag heat.
Julie says that her nutritionist has told her not to eat any more peppers. They cause inflammation.
Yeah, the nightshades do.
Some people
a lot of people have a hard time
do
with
it.
peppers and tomatoes. My dad can't eat them, which is so funny because I grew up not even realizing that we never had tomatoes. Like, we just didn't eat tomatoes. We all didn't like tomatoes, so we figured that's why we didn't eat tomatoes. But it's because my dad has a problem with nightshades.
Yeah.
And so we never had peppers, we never had tomatoes. And so when I'm making dinner for, our big family meals, and I'll make a big lasagna or something like that, he could never eat it. Or pizza, he couldn't have pizza because he couldn't have the tomato sauce. Okay. It's kind of funny.
Elizabeth says, "Oh, thank you. So, is it the lecithin that I see even after I mix it?" I'm not sure what you mean by that.
If you mix it and you get chunks or whatever, that's going to be like butter.
Usually, depends. There is a page on our site that says it's talking about, are you getting clumps with Keto Chow? And that's where it recommends using the warm water.
Yep. If you see little dots of color, sometimes that's the coloring that hasn't mixed all the way.
Vitamin A.
Also, if you see little dots that looks like sand, that's the real salt. Because that probably is sand. Yep.
Linda says orange cream makes amazing ice cream. He says our Texas Roadhouse told us we could not order a side of bacon.
Yeah, we've had different places tell us that too. We just got to in with the boss.
Yep. We just talked to the manager. They are happy to bring it to us.
They also stopped giving you to-go cups, which makes me sad.
Blaine says, yes, you did. I almost didn't notice the cheesy bacon because of her loveliness.
Oh, thanks.
Julie says, you had those specially printed up. I thought they were part of the leftover stuff. No, those were specially made.
Special.
In fact, okay, so
the leftover stuff.
I originally ordered 300 of them from Sam's Club. And they came with nice glossy prints, very easy to sign. And then we had more swag, so I ordered some more from Sam's Club, and then I did some stuff from 1 Hour Photo from Walmart. We ran out of that, so I had to do more 1 Hour Photo stuff from Walmart, and it took them an hour to find it. It was sitting on the counter, right in front of them. But yeah, we had to do that yesterday, like really quickly, and by the time we had the stuff back, the post office had already picked up. So some of the stuff that was supposed to go out, the Father's Day bundles that were supposed to go out yesterday, were delayed because there wasn't the signed picture in them. And so some of them went out UPS, and the rest will go out on Monday. Gail says drinking a chocolate mint with strawberry. Nice. I've never mixed those together. Irene says it's 84 in Pennsylvania. Send it back to Florida, please. John says, nah, Chris always has glossies laying around. Yeah, with me holding a bouquet of bacon. Suzanne says, last night for a late dinner, we made root beer ice cream using heavy whipping cream and Zevia cream soda for the other night. Awesome.
Nice.
That does sound good. Carlos says, I ordered the dad swag for myself last night. Julie says, Dennis, I think so, but her reasoning is if it burns your mouth, it does the same thing inside. I don't know about that because for instance, birds do not have a reaction to capsaicin, like at all.
They don't have any receptors.
They don't have the receptors to it. Only mammals are even sense the spiciness in food. So yeah, that sounds like it's more of a, well, it sounds like that might be the case, but there's no actual science behind it.
Yeah, but I do know people have sensitivities to it, and it can cause problems.
Unfortunately, it's the same line of reasoning that says that eating fatty foods will clog your arteries just like it clogs your plumbing. The problem is fatty foods cannot transit through your bloodstream all alone. They have to actually be encapsulated in stuff, or else they simply can't move through your bloodstream. Anyway. Too Crazy Kyo says, I've installed a lot of wood and laminate flooring. Depending on where in the country you are, it needs to acclimate between a day to a week. You need the wood to adjust to the humidity in the house. There you
Yep.
go.
And it's probably pretty humid in Texas, right? Or is it not?
Yeah, well, the last couple times we were in Texas, yeah.
That's because it rained.
Mike says, I ordered 2 Father's Day bundles and added some caramel macchiato to go with the order. Wayne says, I need to introduce my sister to Keto Chow. I'm taking her packets of orange cream and snickerdoodle.
Yay!
Julie says, I made fathead pizza without tomatoes and sauce, more like cheese bread.
That sounds delicious.
He says, can't you make your dad a lasagna with Alfredo sauce? Yeah.
Oh, totally. That's what we do. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll do that with pizza too.
Yeah, and I didn't want to open an entire jar of Alfredo sauce last time, so I just made some Alfredo sauce. Yeah. Using the Charlie Foundation Alfredo recipe.
Yeah, we actually usually do Alfredo sauce for us too because it's not as high in carbs.
Yep, and I think it tastes
delicious.
Because
even though we use like Rouse, it's still like 6 carbs. Or you can make it from scratch and it's still almost 6 carbs with the tomato sauce. So it just depends on what you want to do.
Elizabeth says it's supposed to be 90 here today in Naperville, Chicago.
Hey, I told you to quit saying it that way.
That's how she wrote it out, okay? Well, Pennsylvania says, I have not been able to eat red or green peppers for years, but can still have chilies and jalapenos.
Yeah.
Last year I started reacting to tomato, which was very sad because I grow lots of them.
Oh, that is sad.
Julie says, yeah, have a great vacation. Jen says, the first time I saw the red coloring, I thought I had cut my mouth.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of weird.
It's actually not coloring. It is the vitamins.
Oh, yeah, the vitamins do have a color, too. So that's another reason why it's so nice to just kind of let it sit for a minute and think about what it's done.
Lisa says, I caught you guys. Happy Saturday from Idaho. Well,
hey,
happy Saturday back to Idaho.
How are you? How's your family doing?
Tukrusi Kio says, I forgot to order a Father's Day bundle. There's still time, by the way. I don't know if we still have some in stock. We're going to be getting more of the photos. And we might even be able to add some additional stock if we run out.
Should I look it up real quick?
Shauna says, I want to see the face on the photo plates. Man with bacon. I don't even think a human actually looked at them. Okay, let's see. Let me go. I can just pull it up right now. Desktop.
Funny.
And of course, I can't see anything because the camera is right in the way. So we'll go to limited edition. Here is the swag bag for Dad. It's very close to being out.
Oh, snap.
So we might get in on Monday and go, yeah, we can add some more.
We'll probably be able to fix it next week.
So they may be out of stock for a while, and then they may come back. He says it was the manager that told us, no, my restaurant does not want you as a customer.
Oh, man. Well, and I feel bad every time we go to Texas Roadhouse and we're like, we want this fancy broccoli, we want this fancy this, we want this fancy that. I always kind of feel guilty because it's not the server's fault or the cook's fault that we're so picky, right? And I always get super annoyed with picky people, but now I am one.
They brought me croutons on my salad yesterday.
That's true.
And I just picked them off and stuck them on the plate. It was fun. The funniest thing about going to Texas Roadhouse is the incredulity of the hostess every time we say, and no bread, please. And they stop in their tracks and they're like, wait, what? Are you sure? Like, yeah, we don't want bread. And then they put it back because it hasn't actually been on our table. Yeah, somebody else can have it. Otherwise, it sits on our table and mocks us.
But they're always so surprised when we say no bread every time.
Because everybody goes there for the bread.
Which is funny because we go there like all the time. And so we know a ton of the waiters and waitresses.
Yeah.
So you'd think that somebody would figure
Last time we were
Chris
there.
Chris always has a Keto Chow shirt on. We usually have our jackets, but.
Last time we were there, the lady literally stopped for a second and said, oh, you guys. Yeah, you're going to want the loaded broccoli. We're like, yes, we will.
Yeah. Well, and even the time before that, the lady's like, 10-ounce prime rib? Yep. Loaded? Yep. No croutons on the salad? Yep. Low cheese? Perfect.
They missed loading Miriam's prime rib yesterday, so they brought out a cup of the
onions and mushrooms.
By the way, did that make its way back into the house when we got home? Okay. Anyway, Elizabeth says it's not chunks. I use heavy cream. It must be the salt. Oh, maybe. I don't know.
It could be the salt.
Down at the bottom, yeah, that could be the salt. Andrew says, good morning. I got my dad's box of Daily Mineral. It's hot today and totally a chow day.
Yeah.
Debbie says, I'm going to resist getting the Father's Day box for myself. I have so much currently. See my post in the Facebook support group. I did see that. One says, there's still time to order the Father's Day bundle. The Crazy Keto says, I want Chris's autograph. I can send you the PNG file. But those pictures are actually
They're
autographs.
really funny.
Well, everyone's like, you should just print it on the thing. I'm like, it's not the same. It needs to be an actual autograph.
It's been fun to watch him just sign pictures for the last couple of days.
We were having a meeting yesterday with a web designer, and she's like, are you signing autographs? I'm like, yeah.
It's funny.
Julie says, but birds don't have a stomach. Okay. Dips's Caramel Macchiato is bypassed chocolate toffee as my #1 favorite. It's fabulous as ice cream. Thanks for the new flavor.
Awesome. I'm glad you like it.
Adriana says, I'm still waiting for my June Chow Club box.
No.
What the heck? Blaine points out, #licorice camping fear factor for Joe. Carol says, 1 week from today, I'm going to our ministry's headquarters in Ohio, work on a Bible class for 2 weeks. I'll be bringing my blender bottle and some Keto Chow.
Nice,
Carol said, did Chris sign at the chow pot? No, I just signed my name.
Why didn't we do that? That would have been better.
He says, it's always humid in Texas, especially here in Houston. Gail says, just make your loaded bacon at home, and then you can have it and whenever you want. That's true.
Yeah,
that is absolutely true.
Why are we not doing this? Because we have children and they'll eat it.
Yeah, that's true. Jazuma says, or you can just bring your bacon to the restaurant and eat it while you wait for your order. That would require way more planning ahead of time. You forget I made a company because I'm too lazy to cook. And then I cook all weekend long usually. Let's see.
Well,
Julie
everybody
says,
has to eat all the time.
Julie says, I wanted the bucket in my swag. There weren't any actual buckets.
That was a lie.
Or unicorns. John says,
Too bad, because unicorns
it's going to pass up being a seasonal item, and now Chris signed photo holding bacon bouquet is going on the website as a permanent item. I don't know about that. Lisa says, I find Outback is as good about making things the way I like them.
Nice.
And a lot of them are really good at it. Stephanie is on, says, good morning, Bears. Looking good. Jerry says, hi all. We're at the zoo, so we'll have to catch the replay. Have a blessed weekend. Keep calm and keto on. What all? Blaine says, Texas Roadhouse bread is delicious, but not worth the carbs. No, it's not.
Yeah. Or the addiction that follows. Anytime I eat any kind of carbs, I just have a hard time not wanting more for weeks on end. So I just don't. Don't start. Don't start. Not even one bite.
Stephanie said, grilled beef cheeks and ground lamb is on the menu today.
Oh,
wow.
Nice.
Mike says, the tip for the waiter should be an incentive to be nicer. I'm giving him a good tip anyway, but Miriam has found that when you first get there, if you actually look at the waiter, make eye contact with them, ask them how their doing. Day is.
Yeah.
It's a lot of times it completely throws off their groove, and they're just like,
Yeah. Also,
really
they kind of relax, and they're like, "Oh, you're nice people. I'll be nice to you." And then when you care about people, they feel loved, and that's important.
Yep.
I like doing that.
Right, Sam?
I ask people if they had any cool plans for the weekend, or if they slept well, if it's morning time, whatever. Random small talk. I know some people don't like small talk.
Mike says Chris Bear's a rock star. Okay.
I think
Red Wine says you should make sure for Texas Roadhouse saying no bread, please.
Yeah.
Ashley says caramel macchiato just came to my door, opened it, and made a bottle. I took one sip prior to the fridge. It's so good. Tastes just like the protein cappuccino. Blaine says, speak for yourself, Heath. The panhandle is as dry as Utah. Panhandle of Texas, yeah. Debbie says, I just ordered Father's Day. Decided 3 packets I can handle, and I want the swag in the picture. Okay. Floyd says, why not bring that bread home for the chickens? That bread is included in your dinner.
Yeah, it's the temptation.
And sitting there, it would get eaten.
We would give it to the chickens. We've taken it home, but then we also have kids that want to eat carbs, and we don't want them to eat carbs. So why give them the opportunity, right? Yep.
Dania says, birds have stomach? Birds do have stomachs. My understanding is they do, but I don't have time to look it up while we're here on the...
Kate probably knows.
Shauna
she
says,
knows
hi,
a lot
Sam.
about birds.
TC's Life says, you mean treating wait staff as real humans makes a difference? Go figure. Yeah. What the heck?
Also, it really ticks me off when people yell at the waiters and waitresses because, first of all, it's not their fault. Somebody made a mistake, and even if it is their fault, who cares? they will fix it.
Yep.
You know, like treating people rude is never good.
Nope.
Never good.
Melissa says, has anyone tried powdered cream cheese in Keto Chow? Does it work well? So we have a video that we did talking about using powdered cream. If you search for powdered fat Keto Chow, you will find the video and the page that talks about it. The problem with powdered fats, they are convenient, but for the given amount of calories or effectiveness, it's going to cost more, it's going to weigh more, and it's going to have more carbohydrates.
Yep.
All three of those things will be the case, as opposed to just using the actual ingredient itself. So if you've got access to a blender, just use regular cream cheese. But it does work well. It just adds more carbs. It costs more, and weighs more isn't really an issue, but yeah. Dennis says Brazza Grill in Murray is preferred by my visiting brother over the Lehigh location.
Oh yeah, I actually like them both. I like the Lehigh location because
it's
the
like
style
newer
is
and cleaner and stuff like that.
cuter, and the pretty bowl out the front. I think it's cute.
Well, they both have a bowl.
Well, you're right. They do.
And it's done by the same guy.
They do.
So there you go. I think they're both great though. Blue Dove says, I'm that way too. One bite of flour sure can wreck my system for days. So not worth it.
I don't feel good, and then I feel that pull, and so I just haven't had carbs in forever because one bite is, like Chris always says, one bite is
one is not enough. No, one is too many. 10 is not enough.
Whatever he says.
I stole it from Lauren Berryhill while we were on the cruise.
She just had 2 babies.
Did she really?
Yeah.
At the same time?
Yes.
Oh, she had twins.
So
I mean, I'm assuming that they were twins.
They aren't.
Okay. Let's see. Julie says, you're right, Miriam. People just want to be acknowledged. Steve says, chickens and pigs are the best recycling project.
Yeah. Oh, man, the chickens will eat anything. I went out there yesterday with 2 shovels, and they followed me, and I'm like, no, this is not food. Shovels.
Why did we buy those shovels? Because we have a ton of those garden shovels.
Where?
There are a whole bunch of them over there by the chickens.
I've been looking.
Yeah, they're there.
Because I'm the gardening right now, and so I can't.
Should have asked me.
I've been digging with my hands in the dirt.
Should have asked me.
I found one, but I wanted one. I asked a lot of people. Sorry, I have no voice today.
He says, I saw a guy sit down with a giant stack of $1 bills, and every time the server made a mistake, he took $1 off the stack. I think that's
right.
That's not even passive aggressive; it's just aggressive. But it's funny though.
Like I don't know. I just feel like people need some grace. And yes, if they do a cruddy job, then they need to be able to get feedback, right? But you can do that kindly.
Yeah. Sean says, my mom and nieces and I, a few years ago, pre-keto at Red Lobster's, got about 5 times all you can eat shrimp because the waitress said we were way nicer than the neighboring table. Okay. Yeah. He says, my son loved the tomato soup. Yeah, had a cold and it really hit the spot for him. I added a drop of stevia, made the soup tomato flavor pop. Oh. Lisa says, I always say never judge people for anything except for treating wait staff badly.
Yeah.
That I judge.
There was one time at a brand new restaurant that we were treated not very nicely, and one of our friends with us was kind of angry. But what made me mad was that the reason why they were great was they ignored Holly. Like, she asked for regular water, and then they were getting sparkling water. So then, like, 5 times she asked for regular water. Can I just have oh yeah. And the fact that the lady said yeah multiple times, and Holly had to ask multiple times, then one of the ladies that was with us said, excuse me, I'm sorry, but we have asked for water like 5 times. We don't want to be rude. We know this is a new restaurant. You're a brand new staff. This is, difficult, but she has no water, and she has not had any water the whole time we've been here. And so what made me frustrated was, after that happened, the rest of us at the table were not even there. It was just the one person who got mad. So every time they'd come over and they'd make sure that she was taken care of and that person got water, but they were making sure she was super happy, and we were not even there. And it's not that we need to be fawned upon, but everybody needs to be treated kindly, not just the person that got mad. I don't know.
Okay. Mike says if I Google bird stomachs, I'm going to get some weird Facebook ads. That's true. Steve points out the stack of ones was a joke from Third Rock from the Sun.
Oh.
C. Marie says, I wonder if macadamia nut milk is an option as well. It's an option for the water component.
Yeah, I wouldn't use it as a fat.
There's not a significant source of fat in there. So it would not replace the...
You can use the oil for the fat, but you may not want to for very
macadamia
long.
nut oil was terrible. Julia says, do you have stickers? We do. There used to be a thing on our website that would add it to your cart, but it was causing problems, so it's turned off right now. Anyway, she said, I need a Keto Chow sticker for my dog's bucket. Going to dog shows to put a comment in there and says, hey, can I get a sticker?
And we'll just give it to you.
And it should work. Blaine puts in all of the information about bird stomachs.
Okay.
Confident Fit Mom says, yeah, I hate sending food back because I know it was a mistake and I don't want to sound like a complainer.
Yeah, me too.
Elizabeth says, I'm with you, Miriam. I always show interest in others. Floyd says, wow, I have a plan for the Chris pick. Fall target practice with my hand. You go right ahead.
That's
Linda
funny.
says, fixing to make some chow drop biscuits. Stephanie says, I've seen some use cream cheese, like the raspberry cheesecake flavor, but has anyone tried when making ice cream? I haven't. Other people might. Ludo says, I always receive good service when I ask for what I want politely. Servers really appreciate civility. They also like it when you speak loud enough to be heard.
Yeah, that's difficult for me, but I try.
This is sluggish front runner wave. It's been way delayed lately. Irene says, my husband usually ends up best friends with every waiter or waitress that we encounter. He's a people person.
That's nice.
Okay, and Joe says birds have three stomachs. The crop where they receive and store food while it moistens and softens. The second one is the true stomach with digestive juices. And the third is the gizzard that grinds the food.
Okay, there we go.
Stephanie says, just wondering if it would make the ice cream creamier. Wondered about using Joe's yogurt for frozen yogurt. I don't know.
Do it.
I haven't ever tried it.
Yeah.
Bingo says, has anyone tried crushed ice for the Keto Chow ice cream? Joe and Rachel have a video. If you go on YouTube and you search for Keto Chow ice cream, they have two videos where they show using a blender with ice to make ice cream. Let's see. Julie says chickens don't have a true stomach. The crop digests food, and it trickles to the. Okay, we're getting too much into bird stuff here. Joe says if you're a good waiter or waitress, you get a big tip and praise. Not good wait staff just gets a smaller tip. I'm an easy customer. My biggest requirements is I don't want my glass empty. Does that mean that they can throw rocks in there? Because
could be anything.
Buddha says, hey, some people nerd out without Chris. # bird biology. Didi says the temperature of my coffee when added is over 180 degrees. Does it kill the vitamins? It begins to degrade them. That doesn't mean that they're completely gone. It's not a 1-0. It's not binary. It just below that temperature, there is no degradation. Above that temperature, some degradation occurs to different vitamins at different rates. So if you're worried about degradation, don't heat up your Keto Chow. If you're not having Keto Chow for 3 meals a day for months at a time and don't worry about it, then don't worry about it. That's the extent of it. Let's see.
I hate on my Keto Chow. Except
you said you heat. I heard hate.
I heat up.
So he says, last time I
Keto
bought
Chow.
macadamia nuts, they tasted moldy to me. Same with Brazil nuts. My husband says they tasted fine. Maybe I'm just more sensitive.
That's crazy.
It says when I drink tea, it actually annoys me when they keep topping it off. They're messing with my mix. Put your hand over it and say, stop.
No.
Gail says, I always hate it when the waitress says, do you want change? I was taught back in the day, my waitress, you never ask them. You wait for them to tip. I have never been asked if I want change.
Yeah. Well, we also use a credit card.
Yeah. Blaine says, 2 Crazy Q's ice cream is fantastic. Jackie says, since the hubby is out of town, here's to 3 Keto Chow meals per day this week. Ice cream for dinner for the win.
Yeah, you could have
Songbird
ice cream
says,
for every
speaking
meal.
of birth, sorry I'm late. I want to let you know this is my last Saturday in Texas. I'm moving back to Oklahoma.
Oh, wow.
Sending love, I'll be in touch. My move is next Saturday. Wow.
Hey, good luck with that.
Plus, says my
hard.
chickens love the way from my homemade yogurt. Our chickens,
They wouldn't touch it.
they didn't care about it. They're just like, no, I'm not touching that. It's weird.
The way.
The way.
The,
And
you know
Joe
how
put
when you
his
drain
link to
yogurt,
the
it has,
ice cream
like,
in a
some water
blender.
in the bottom?
Coffee Brown says, I made ice cream with my blender, but still waiting on Prime Day for a sale on a compressor ice cream machine.
Oh.
It may or may not happen.
Yeah,
last
Prime
year
Day
there
is
was one, but
soon. It's this month, right?
it's the 21st and the 22nd, I believe. Irene says, I use crushed ice all the time to make Keto Chow Frosties. I use less liquid when you make the shake and about 2 cups of ice. Willow says, sadly, I have to report that the BlendTech does not do the ice cream as well as a Vitamix. I can believe that. The Vitamix work exceptionally well for that. BlendTech, it's that binary. It's either on or it's off, and it's wow. Anyway, Shauna says, I bought some macadamia nuts and they were soft. Ew.
Yeah.
Are they not roasted? That's funny. Glenn says, I made a 2KK recipe, homemade yogurt for the first time.
Oh,
So
we
good.
love that.
Did you use the original recipe that you add heavy cream or the new recipe where it's higher in protein?
Oh, I haven't tried the higher in protein.
I haven't tried it yet either. Yeah. Elizabeth says, sorry to ask again, but I think you said before, in order to get the nutrition from Keto Chow, you need at least, what you need is 10 grams of fat. By the way, you're off center. Did you notice that?
Yeah. If I make us centered, I don't even get to touch you.
Okay. Anyway, so it's 10 grams.
Because you're all the way over here.
Of fat per meal is what you need in order to get the vitamins. However much fat it requires to get you 10 grams, that's what you would need to use.
We think it's close to 2 tablespoons, but we didn't actually figure it out. Yep. That's what.
Let's see. Bluto says there's more than 10 grams of fat in just 1 tablespoon of butter. Songmer says, thanks you too. Prayers are always appreciated. Joe says, note to self, do not turn on computer on Prime Day. You spend too much money. Oh, but you can do it from your phone.
Oh, wow.
Carrie says, my husband waves his hand. Someone needs something. The waitress on the other side of the room. The rest of us want to crawl under the table.
Yeah.
Glenda says, I use the newer recipe. Oh, okay. Well, we're going to take off. Got some stuff to do. I need to see if I can get a inverter working that I accidentally reversed the polarity on. But
oopsie.
Yeah. Anyway, so what do you got going on today? You want to clean up the basement?
Clean.
Okay. Well, hopefully everybody has a fantastic day, and we will see you all on Monday.
Yep. Be safe.
All right. Bye.